We like that. Woo!
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull Up Show. My name is BJ Matthews, aka B Jizzle. Before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe. All of our YouTube videos by hitting that notification bell, by subscribe button when we drop updated content. Let's get it popping. All right, y'all. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Right now, I'm actually not at home. I'm actually out at my brother's little basketball function. I'm actually doing this in the car, so that's why you guys saw. I had the problem with the Wi-Fi, but hopefully we're good now. If we have any more bad connections, just let me know in the comments and I'll try to fix it. But let's get going. So from the top, basically, this is a week with the Clippers. We're talking about Clipper talk all week. Um, you know, everything Clippers, everything that's surrounding the Clippers. We're going to be doing a full week of, dedicating to the Clippers. I got a lot of Clipper fans on my page. I got to continue to emphasize that for people that come in here. There's another story that just came out just 2 days ago. I have not got a chance to really touch on it, but we're going to touch on it today. And, we're in the off season right now, and, players are getting ready for the season. You got about a month and a half, and then training camp starts. And there's going to be a lot of players coming back. You got Jamal Murray, you got Zion Williamson, you got Damian Lillard. You got a lot of stars coming back. But, of course, the biggest star that's talked about coming back is this guy right here, Kawhi Leonard. Okay, Kawhi Leonard. Click banger don't bang, like my man Bubba just said, click banger don't bang. You already know how it is, bro. This is a big comeback we're waiting for. The NBA world's waiting for. Is Kawhi Leonard, the Terminator, the two-time NBA champion, two-time Finals MVP, two-time Defensive Player of the Year, the best two-way player of this era. A lot of twos. He's been out with injury since 2021 when he tore his ACL in the conference semifinals against the Utah Jazz in Game 4. Y'all see Kawhi Leonard right there on the bench with his mask on. Looks very, very puzzled. Very blank stare. This was right after he tore his ACL on the play where Joe Ingles of the then Utah Jazz bumped Kawhi, from the side. And, there's people out there that say that play was dirty. I'm not going to be the one to try to, say if it was dirty or not, or if it was unnecessary, because all I saw was just a bump, and I just saw Kawhi Leonard's knee just give out. Okay, so whether Joe Ingles did it on purpose or if he did it accidentally, I just really don't care. I just ready to see Kawhi Leonard be back on the court at this point. Now, head coach of the Clippers, Ty Lue, recently just had an interview talking about not just the Clippers, but just the team in general. Their makeup right now, how they're looking for, the next summer season. I think there were some other things in there that he talked about. It was a pretty long interview. But Ty Lue talked about Kawhi Leonard, touched on it. And the thing that he said about Kawhi Leonard is that he doesn't know if Kawhi Leonard will be returning for the start of the season. Now, keep in mind, people, when I first seen this headline, story, whatever you want to call it, I saw it, I just was like, huh? I was a little confused, because I'm like, all we keep hearing, Kawhi Leonard, we waiting for him to come back. He's been out for a year. He's going to be ready to go. This, that, and the other. But then the head coach says, he doesn't know if he's going to be back for this upcoming year or back for the start of the season. So I'm like, that's a little bit strange, but, okay. I'm just going to see what I want y'all to see what he said actually in his words, not mine. In the article he was in this interview with Tomar Alazary, the Clippers insider, for Clutch Points. This is what Ty Lue basically said. Um, hold on. I'm sorry. I gotta get this right. Make sure I get this right. He said Lou might be deflecting or leaving some wiggle room here, but it's a little worrisome if Leonard will not be ready to play at all, roughly a year and a half out. It's also possible that the Clippers would be rather very cautious with their franchise forward, knowing that the goal is to find playoff success more than anything else. Leonard certainly looked to be in great shape. The last we saw of him, one would think he'd be close by the opener. Through the Clippers will likely watch his workload carefully. So that's what the interview said in response to what Ty Lue said, which he doesn't know if Kawhi Leonard's going to be ready to play the start of the season. And ain't that we've been hearing since Kawhi's been out? He's been looking great. He looks like he's not even been hurt. You got guys like PG, Paul George, saying like, he looks scary. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard during Clippers' latest hype video for next season, he said he looks in mid-season form, which is a scary sight. This is what his teammates said. This is what he's the closest player he's close to on the team. The guy that Kawhi asked for to bring with him to the Clippers when they first got there. I know they talk all the time. He's saying he looks like he's in mid-season form. He looks like he's ready to go. So I'm a little confused. Now, Ty Lue obviously has done this before. He's obviously, when he was asked questions about Kawhi's health, he would say, "I don't know," or "We will see when it happens." And I think a lot of times when he would say that, he would do that because he wants me to get off his back. When I'm just reading what Ty Lue's body language is and things he was saying. He was asked it like probably almost every other week about Kawhi Leonard, to the point where he said to the reporters, "I will let y'all know when Kawhi's back. I'll let you know when Paul George is back. Obviously, we missed those guys, but I will let you know when they come back. Don't ask me that no more." Because Ty Lue was trying to focus on the Clipper team as it was constructed, and they can't do that when you got to constantly keep hearing questions from the media talking about their star player. The Clippers had a lot of mental hurt. But I know he probably has to be asking this question, man. Hey, Kawhi, you ready or what? Are you ready to play or what, man? We need you. With you, we could have won in 2021. With you last year, we had a chance to, get to the finals. This year, we got to make sure you ready to go. Yes, sir. Hit that like button, like my man Lil Rock said. What I will say again, like the Clippers keep a lot of things in house. So what's for them is not for everyone else to know. Just because the man said, "I don't know if he's going to be ready for training camp," I don't know. That's not really something that you should pay attention to. Look at what PG's saying. He's saying he looks in mid-season form, which is a scary sight. I see players such as Norman Powell saying that it believes a healthy Clippers team has a real good chance of winning the title next year. You got Terrence Mann, who believes the Clippers are winning the 2023 championship. I heard Nicholas Batum just last year, right? They got eliminated by the Pelicans in the playing game, saying that next year is going to be fun. Like, man, people know what's at stake on this team, man. The Clippers, from what I see from Ty Lue, what he said is that those guys are locked in. They're working hard. They're in the gym. He keeps telling them that he wants to get them some rest, but they're just so excited for this upcoming year that they can't take their foot off the gas. While other teams and players are taking their time resting and sitting out, what you need your rest. These guys are doing that while working, as if they're already starting the season now. That's usually what you look for championship teams. when they're working out hard in the summertime more than anybody else, they're preparing for something special. But you got all these guys saying Kawhi looks great. You got Steve Ballmer, the owner, who just said, I would say about a month ago, I heard him say in an interview that Kawhi is working hard. He's getting back into what he needs to get back into. He's on progress. He's doing everything he needs to do. And then you got teammates echoing that. So I got to ask this question. What's going on with Kawhi? Listen, this is how I feel, man. I'm just going to be very honest with y'all. I did not like that answer from Ty Lue. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. Y'all my audience, y'all my people, you know what I'm saying? Y'all become part of my family. I'm not gonna tell a lie to y'all. I did not like that answer from Ty Lue because it comes off again, uncertainty. It's I don't know. Or we'll see. I don't need to hear that. I heard that all last year. We heard that all last year that we don't, and then you have people saying, you know, I saw Paul George come back from injury with 20 big a month and a half. Come on, man. Let's keep it real. No, I can't tell a lie. I did not like what Ty Lue had to say. So I don't know. I don't know what to think right now. So I'm hearing two different sides. I'm hearing the head coach say something, and I hear his teammates say something completely different. So what is going on? I'm gonna let y'all in here, man. Think and speak what y'all think. Y'all think that this is anything to really worry about? Do y'all feel like Kawhi Leonard will be playing for opening night, or do y'all think something else is going on? Like, what y'all think? Do y'all think the injury is serious? That they're not telling us, or they're just keeping stuff from the public? I need to know, man. Clipper fans deserve the truth, man. I mean, if you tell if you tell everybody that Kawhi Leonard is going to be ready, why would that be such an issue? Why is that something to keep away from the masses? Like that's what the people are expecting anyway. Why is that such top secret information? This ain't the time to be top secret. This is the time to be like y'all said, like all the players you are saying like the Clippers are gonna be all this, that, and the other. This is a time to be like, okay, we're gonna get it done this year. So as presently constructed, man, I just think that this is the best team. Well, of course, the Warriors are the team. They're the favorites because they won the championship. But I feel like how these players are feeling, like they have a chance to win it all. They're gonna win. They're gonna win the championship. That's how I feel. I mean, am I wrong? Am I tripping? Or so, like somebody tell me? Somebody talk to me. Look at some of these comments. Bubba said he don't believe he's playing open night. Uh, I don't know, man. Y'all keeping that like button. I don't know. I think he will be, but just hearing that quote from Ty Lue, I did not like. Be very honest with you. What up, Bruce?
Hey man, how you doing?
What can you say about this, man? Like, what do you think's going on?
Um, about what? Because I started listening to you, but my mother called me. What was the question?
So there was an interview that Ty Lue did with Clutch Points, and
Mm-hmm.
he spoke about Kawhi Leonard as one of the topics. And this is what he said about Kawhi Leonard coming back.
Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know. Maybe Tylo is doing some gamesmanship or playing with the media. Like the Clippers, they've been asking Tylo about Kawhi for a year, so he's trying to have fun with the media, and then you know, and playing with the media. But I sure hope that he plays game one preseason.
Yeah, man. Like, well, again, if let's say he is playing with the media, what would he get out of that? Like, I saw in this description he said he chuckled after he said it, but it's like, come on, man, we can't continuously do the same thing.
Tylo is somebody that use sarcasm a lot.
What's up, BJ?
So
What up,
I
Lil
think
Rock? Was good?
he's joking.
What's up, man?
Hey,
But yeah, I mean, I agree with you that you want the coach to come out and say like, "Hell yeah, Kawhi is about to come back." But do you know what Twitter Spaces are?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So the insiders for the LA Clippers, they just hosted like a little space on Twitter, and they was on with Clutch Points, and they were talking about the Ty Lue interview that they just had. And the insider said that that's how they joke. Like Ty Lue, all last year was saying like I don't know, and it was like deflecting all year last year. And so they were
yeah.
saying like, yeah, they were saying like, oh, they were just joking around type shit. But I don't know if I can cuss. My bad.
No, you good?
Uh, yeah, but and they said that everything's pointing to Kawhi is on schedule, and even Mookie was in that shit. And so Mookie was asking them about it, and they said they'll keep us updated on any further developments. But right now, he's not playing like 5-on-5s. But why would he play 5-on-5s in July? They're gonna
Yeah.
ramp him up until training camp. And so I'm just waiting on the reports for training camp. That's what I'm mainly concerned about. So if he's not reported to training camp, then I'll be concerned. But for right now, I mean, it's looking pretty good. I think it's just Ty Lue, not putting really uh too much into it for right now because it's still some time left before training camp. So that's what I feel about it.
Okay. What you got something to say, Bruce?
Kawhi is gonna play preseason. He's gonna play game one. I think Tylo is just playing with the media.
I agree with you.
So there's no reason for Kawhi to miss a year. You know, it's more than a year now. So I don't think he's that fragile.
Let me ask y'all this question because I believe the same thing. I'm just at the point where I don't want to hear games. I don't think Clipper fans want to hear games.
Right.
We want to hear like what's going on. Like we went through so much last year. We went through everything last year. Like, we don't want to hear games. We want to hear like what's actually going on. But let me ask y'all this question: do y'all feel if the Clippers would have made it to the playoffs last year that Kawhi would have returned?
I think it depends on like our matchup. Like who we would have been like the 8th seed, so we would have matched up with who we would have matched up with? The Suns.
Yeah, the Suns.
I mean, yeah. So I think that if PG is there, because I know he had COVID. I don't know when he'd return, but if he would have returned game 1, then I mean it's a slight chance, but I'd come to the point where I'm just like I don't think he would have came. I think it's like 80-20 that he would have came and rushed back. So I just think missing the playoffs was a blessing in disguise. So he gets all this extra time to come back into his full self, and how PG and Reggie and Nick and Terrence Mann's been talking about it. He looks like he's going to be at that level again. So I don't know. I think it's 80-20, 80%, 20%.
Okay. What about you, Bruce?
I think if it was the second round of the conference finals, he would have played. I think he would have get his body, get himself ready to go.
But I do agree with you, BJ, on like saying like you don't want the coach to be like having doubts coming into the season. There's all this hype. The people putting us as the favorites, which I don't agree with. I think the Warriors should be the favorites because they're the champions.
Right.
But you have all this, all this buildup, and you want your coach to be like, yeah, Kawhi's coming back. But saying, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, man.
Well, so yeah, like I'm looking at PG. I know Kawhi talks to PG a lot.
Right.
So if he's saying that he looks mid-season form, then really the question is again, like mindset-wise, what is Kawhi thinking? Like, okay, it's in his mind. Like he looks good physically, but okay, now we're gonna talk about what do you look for as mentally,
right?
And it's up to him, bro. Like it's up to him and his mindset. If he feels comfortable stepping out there, like that's why I asked the question: do y'all feel he can come back? Because I think personally, last year he could have. Personally, I think he was strong enough. I think personally he could have came back, but mentally he felt like, is this a smart decision? Is it worth it?
I think Kawhi likes people who respect his privacy. Ty Lue doesn't want to speak about Kawhi privacy. And that's one of the reasons why Kawhi left the Spurs.
Right.
So the way the Kawhi is, they know how to deal with Kawhi. Kawhi doesn't like people talking about his business, his health. Right. So he said, I don't know.
Okay. What's good, Bubba?
What's up, bro?
Salute, Lil Rock. Salute everybody, man.
Salute,
but Bruce, speaking of Kawhi's privacy, but don't you think, I mean, you're a professional, like the fans want to know, like, when are you coming back? Like you've been out for about a year, 13 months right now, and we want to know, like, we're eager to find out whether our best player is going to be playing on opening night. Like, we just want to know, just like give us something, like not just give us the whole thing, but just kind of be open, like kind of give us a little bit of confidence that makes us feel that, oh, our best player is going to be here by opening night. Why would you think he would want to keep that private?
Does Kawhi as a camp for people, for kids?
I doubt.
Yeah.
Does Kawhi has events? Okay. Does Kawhi have events for fans?
I'm not sure about events. I know he has a camp though. He has a camp right in out here in Moreno Valley. That's where he's from.
Okay. But I don't think Kawhi cares about fans' opinion. You're gonna have to accept it or not. So if you
Yeah, I
think you have
mean,
the right, you can have the right, but you're not gonna get it.
yeah, I mean, it's just strange, man. Like I would have loved for Ty Lue. I don't, like I said, I don't think he's out the loop. Um, but it's like, bro, like, come on, you around this dude
Right. Just give us a little
all the
bit.
time. So if
It's
you don't know what's going on, like, who does? And it's like, I don't think it's too much. And I defend Kawhi to whatever, but it's like even him, like, bro, like, there's nothing wrong with you letting your coach know. I
Right.
mean,
it's
gosh, like, how secretive can you be?
it's not strange to me. Uh, I'm used to Kawhi now. He's a strange dude. We're gonna accept strange behaviors from Kawhi. So if Paul George said he's okay, you have to trust Paul George because Paul George and Kawhi are close.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So how close is he to Ty Lue?
More closer than with Paul George and Ty Lue.
We're closer to
You say
time.
what?
He's closer to Paul George than Ty Lue.
Oh, he's saying he's
Okay.
closer to Paul George than
Yeah,
Tyler.
Kawhi is closer to Paul George than Ty Lue.
I agree with that. I agree. But still, you got to have that relationship with your coach to be like, how you feel. I'm feeling good right now. Like you got to have that type of dialogue as the best player, or as an actual player. It don't matter if you've been the best. You just need to have that dialogue a little bit.
Don't you have
I'll
guys?
say
Don't you
until
guys have different friends, and then one friend is weird, and you know how to deal with that friend?
Yeah, actually, I do.
Okay.
I actually do. I know when to, leave him alone. I know when to, like, come
Yes.
here and there. I think that's what PG's picking up on Kawhi. I think PG kind of knows what Kawhi is and how he operates. So I think he's being somewhat as the moderator, the mediator.
gotcha.
He's the Kawhi translator on the team.
I just want my guy back, man. I just want my guy back. Bro, last year was a roller coaster.
Facts.
So,
Like
because
no
Ticket got on,
disrespect.
I don't know.
I
Go ahead.
love
My bad, Bruce.
oh, it's Lil Rock. But
Go ahead.
no disrespect to Reggie, and Marcus. But they were the two best players. That's rough to see. I mean, I love them. I love their game. They're good players. But they're role players. Like that was rough to see when you're used to watching Kawhi, and PG.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So,
But I'm
I
just
mean,
waiting on training camp. I mean, the reports, what's happening, and I'll just get whatever I need to see there, whatever I'm looking for, whatever we all looking for. So
Yeah. Yeah. I hope he participates in training camp as well. Because if he
yeah,
skips, if he skips training camp, then
that's a bad.
yeah.
Sorry.
if he skips training camp, nigga, I'm making a video on that. I'm sorry. I can't allow that. Like, bro, like, if you
Oh,
ain't there for training camp, come on, bro.
Yeah, that's the most important time of the season. I
right.
mean, other
Exactly.
than the playoffs,
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Because I don't know if y'all saw Ticket's last video about it. He had a field day on this. He was all on this story talking about Ty Lue said he don't know if Kawhi coming back and he feel like Clipper fans should be worried. I'm like, bro, why are you worried about the Clippers
The
so much? Aren't
Clippers.
you a Laker fan? Why are you worried so much about us?
I have a question. Was Kawhi in Toronto training camp? I don't remember he was in Toronto Raptors training camp.
I think he was.
He was? I don't
He was
remember.
there for media day.
He was there
yeah,
for media day, but I don't think he
he had
participated.
that laugh, the viral laugh. Uh,
If he wasn't there for training camp, I think it was a little more understandable because as he was coming off that injury, I think people are just looking at it like he got traded to a new team. It was a lot of stuff going on. Now you have a full year and some change. Get your stuff together, get it right. People are expecting you to be there.
Right.
Do you think Kawhi Leonard needs, he needs to, I don't know how to say it.
For a Kawhi fan, you're losing faith.
You think he needs that confidence on the court, to get the 5-on-5 reps in? You think he needs that to set in stone, like mentally, that I'm back right now? You think he needs that 5-on-5?
Wait,
No.
A quick question: is he cleared for 5-on-5? Because they came out with the report that he wasn't cleared for that.
I'm not sure. I just heard them saying, they were saying like, why would he be cleared right now? That's all I heard. Because there's gonna be training camp and shit like that for 5-on-5s and shit. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think from what I heard from Skip Bayless, he said he was doing 5-on-5 a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Because he's pretty close to this. Because he was the main guy who said Kawhi Leonard had a torn ACL when everybody was saying it was a knee sprain last year.
Oh no, I believe Skip.
I think Skip has a relationship with the uncle.
Yeah, he's reliable with Kawhi. Hell yeah.
Yeah, his uncle Dennis. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it's just hard to. It's so hard to like put a opinion on this, man. Like, 'cause this was like, you got one guy, the coach saying one thing, you got his player saying the other. Even let's say worst case scenario, he's not ready for training camp. Worst case scenario, he doesn't come back from training camp and not the first day again. I don't think necessarily, like Little Rock said, that he needs 5-on-5. He doesn't need it. I think he's that good, he's that skilled, he's that all that, where he can just practice, do a few practices, and then he can work himself in while playing in actual games. I think that's when he's gonna get his reps in. But it's like, bro, I mean,
yeah,
we want you out there, man.
Yeah, it's healed now, like fully healed. Like, there's no reason at this point that I could see other than mentally why he can't in that court.
So BJ, are you losing faith in Kawhi? Because the way you're talking, it is like you are exasperated. Like,
yeah, you sound stressed, BJ.
Desperate, yeah.
Why?
I guess I'm just feeling from last year, man. Like, I'm like,
you don't want to go through that.
I don't want to have to go through last year again. I don't want no surprises, man. I want things to be set in stone and ready to go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you need to be out on that court. Like, be honest. Have we not all stuck up for Kawhi this whole year?
Yep.
Have we not all rolled for Kawhi when everybody else, like Ticket and Elder and the rest of the Clipper haters were all talking trash about Kawhi? Have we not always had his back?
Yeah.
I have his back, but I'm Kawhi proof. So if he's there, I'm right there. If he's not there, I'll be like, okay, that was a nice run. Until next time. So I'm gonna defend him. I think he's one of the greatest players of all time. But that's the way he is. I'm used to Kawhi now. I still think that he's gonna play game 1. I still think that he's gonna play preseason. I'm not gonna listen to reports or fake reports, because there's nothing to report. The NBA is not. There's no basketball playing, so they're looking for news or clicks. So until I don't see him play, that's when I'll probably get mad or disappointed.
Right.
Yeah.
Ask Baba about Embiid, always getting injured and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we know about Embiid. I mean, he missed two. He missed 2 seasons. Now
two
that dude is
seasons. Yeah,
injury prone.
Yeah.
but BJ, you said you don't think Kawhi needs training camp, but here's why I think he needs it because it was a different team when he was playing. You know, right now they got a couple more pieces. They got Powell. I know he's played with Powell, so he kind of has that connection with him. But there's John Wall. There's Robert Covington. You know, there are new players on the team. So I feel like the training camp can help him build a lot more chemistry than the regular season
Right,
practices
right,
will.
Yeah, it's
right.
way.
Yeah, okay. That's a well, okay, that's my bad. Yeah, I think you know what? You since you put it like that and he has new teammates, then yeah, he needs to get that chemistry because I guess I was looking at like you put Kawhi on any team, he can fit and mold, but those reps are good. Like those are reps that can really take you, start you on a good foot. Like you can get it going, but it's probably gonna look a little ugly at first.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have that camp and you have those preseason games and you start clicking like one after another, like it's a smoother transition.
Right.
Yo, I really feel like Kawhi, man, if he plays game one and he does training camp, all that preseason, we can go 9-1. We could go 10-0 first 10 games.
Wait, you're a
Bruh.
Lakers fan too?
Oh yeah.
That would be great.
Little Rock is probably the biggest one next to y'all two.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh, so Little Rock, who should start? John Wall or Reggie Jackson?
Okay, this is a good question. Like
Let's see if you are
everybody
really a Clippers fan.
face this, but I think that if John Wall does start, it's not really an answer, but if John Wall does start, Reggie Jackson has to be in that finishing lineup in the fourth quarter
Mm.
because of his shooting ability. You know,
Yep.
he's proven in the playoffs clutch ability and the amount of space that he creates for the team. But I mean, it's a pick 'em at this point because they both do things well within their roles. So I mean, it just depends on how Ty Lue wants to roll. But Reggie should be finishing
Mm.
regardless. That's how I feel.
I agree with that. I can agree with that. I mean, because a lot of these games are gonna be close,
Right.
so you're gonna need shot making. And what I was looking at Wall was he can shoot, but Reggie, that's all he does is score and shoot. Like that's his specialty. Like
Right.
John, he's gonna get Kawhi and PG easier shots because a lot of times last year what we saw with Reggie, he's stagnant with the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So Wall he ain't gonna be stagnant. He gonna get to his spots. He's gonna get in the lane. He's gonna do the teardrop. He's gonna kick it out to his shooters, and that's why I like how we start off games. I want to start off games getting guys like PG and Kawhi good looks, and they don't have to be so much being handling the ball.
Right. I like that. I like that. So I think I do want Wall starting, but I still think that Reggie should finish games.
So if
Reg,
Reggie starts, Wall should finish.
um, that's tough. I know Wall is a really good catch and shoot 3-point shooter, but I mean it's
Really?
just
Really?
Catch and shoot?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Really?
He shot 38% on catch and shoot threes.
I thought it was like 41.
For his
Okay.
Oh,
career?
my bad.
We-
41.
We're talking about John Wall, not Bradley Beal.
Yeah, John Wall catch and
Mm.
shoot.
For his
Okay.
career?
I don't know for his career. I don't know what stat I was looking at, but I thought it was 41. But oh
Yeah,
well.
you're looking at the
Yeah,
onion stuff.
if it's. I mean, I know he's been working on his shot. So I mean, it depends. I don't really like John Wall's shooting ability, so that's why I think that Reggie is proven. Reggie is proven in that department. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll have to see on that one.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I think I'm not like saying Reggie's gonna get minutes. So, and the
Right.
thing about the Clippers are they got so many different lines they can use that Ty Lue's gonna try different things.
Right.
So that's the greatness of their roster and then Ty Lue, their coaching. I'm just saying with Reggie, if he plays in the second unit and he's there with Terrence Mann and Norman Powell and Mook and Robert Covington, only two of those guys who really needs to really be scoring the ball, and
Right.
that's him and Mook. Those are only when you take everything else away, that's all they can do is score. Like Norman, Terrence Mann, and Covington can play D.
Right.
So
Mhm.
if I got Reggie Reggie's gonna get more shots. He's gonna be able to be more of himself rather than the first group. Those shots are gonna go to Kawhi and PG.
Right.
A lot of those shots, you don't want to take away nothing they got going on either.
Mhm.
Mm.
So if John Wall is the guy you think he is, so even if Kawhi doesn't start the first couple of months, the Clippers should be fine, right?
If who don't start,
If Kawhi doesn't play like the first month of the new season, the Clippers should be fine, right?
I
I
agree.
I
I
mean, I.
agree.
Oh yeah, you answer, BJ. You good?
No, go ahead. My bad, man. I just want to say I agree. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I mean, I haven't seen that far into the schedule yet. To a month in to determine that, I have to look at that to answer that question. But the first 10 games will go pretty smoothly. But after that, I don't know. I mean,
Bro, we got
this is a good team. Without Kawhi, and I think you got people who will step up in that case. But I just don't want to think about a month. A
yeah.
month.
I
No.
mean, Bruce, did you like look at what happened last year, man? They made to the play in without those guys for the pretty much the whole year. I can take a month if you put, especially with the schedule they got. I think they play OKC twice, Houston twice. Um, I think they play the Lakers. They can beat all those teams without them. Now you
Mhm.
add Wall, PG. Um, everybody's gonna be healthy. And remember, when PG was there last year, the Clippers were number fourth in the Western Conference
Right.
for a period of time. So it's like that's what really killed their season when PG got hurt because they were rolling.
Mm. The Clippers just want they have to make sure that Kawhi has fragile knees, so we don't want him to be injured again. So you know,
Right. All right, BJ. I'm about to head out, bro. Salute everybody.
All right, little Rock. See you later, bro. We on tomorrow.
All right, bro.
okay.
Got
All
you.
right, bro. Yep. But yeah, man. I'm gonna be honest. I hear y'all, but I just wish it would been a different something different. So
I mean, it's not the first time a coach has says this. I said that. I mean, is Jamal Murray is gonna start the first game? I think he said he's ready for preseason.
Yeah. But Murray got hurt like 2-3 months before Kawhi.
So yeah,
yeah, he got hurt back in I think was it
Like
March,
February. Oh, March.
February, March.
Yeah.
Well, I got hurt like in
In
June.
June. Yeah.
mm,
So and his was a full tear.
Wait, I
okay.
thought it was a partial tear.
Nah, Murray, that was a full tear.
Oh, Murray. Okay.
You had to carry him out and everything.
So if Tyloo said, okay, Kawhi is ready, he's gonna be there, and then boom, he doesn't play the first game. What do you think is gonna happen? People is gonna say, oh, he's already load managing, right?
Right.
So
Right.
that's again that's what I mean. Like that's weird. Like how what are these doctors telling y'all?
He might be ready, but he doesn't want to say because there's too much complication with Kawhi. He's a complex person.
Well, shit. They need to ask Kawhi then.
He's not gonna say anything. He's gonna say, "I'll play," and then he stops. When he
Him
was
and Kawhi.
injured, he said, "I'm fine," and we didn't see him. That's what he said. Multiple journalists was like, "Hey, are you okay?" After the Joe Ingles bump, whatever. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Well, could it be that he feels he's fine, but
The medical staff
yeah,
don't want to clear him. That's what I thought.
because he didn't lie. He said after he got hurt against Utah, he said, "I'm good," and I believe him. I believed he really felt he was fine, like he could
Remember,
play.
remember, Klay Thompson was ready. Think that he was ready to play in November, December, and Warriors medical staff didn't want him to play.
Right.
So
Somebody
that's
asked
why.
that medical staff.
What?
Somebody needs to go to that medical staff and ask them.
A perfect example is the Klay Thompson thing. Klay Thompson wanted to play for like a month before when he finally played.
Yeah, I
Right.
remember that.
So they have to see how Kawhi play 5-on-5, like you guys were saying, or play a couple games. I don't know if he's gonna go to the G League, but he has to play and see how he reacts against contact.
Yeah, I remember Jamal Murray did the same thing. And I don't know if he actually played with the G League or Grand Rapids, whatever, but it was a report that he did, or he was going a route to. I don't think Kawhi is going to have to do that. I don't think he's going to have to go to G League unless he wants to do it. But I think he's just going to be he's just going to be like, I want to play. I'm ready.
Oh. Until Kawhi is fully healthy, like 90%, that's Kawhi healthy. So he shouldn't play. The end of the season is more important to me than the beginning.
Yeah, I know. But when I hear
Yeah.
PG said he looks like mid-season form, he looks like it's like PG. Okay, man, what you talking about? Who should I believe?
I
He's
mean,
just
maybe he was talking about how physically imposing he looked like, because we saw a picture of Kawhi looking like a tank. I think maybe that's what he was referring to.
He looks at mid-season form, which is a scary sight. He looks like Kawhi. That's what he say. He looks like Kawhi. Well, yeah, you could say that. It could mean by body. Oh well, physically looks like who he is, but we ain't really seen him play. But I'm like, man, bro, what have you been doing from March all the way up till now? Like we've been hearing this going back since January. You've been looking great. Like you it ain't gonna take you long to get in shape because naturally Kawhi is just big and strong.
haven't
But
you had Thanksgiving turkey, and they ask you, how's the turkey looking? You're like, oh, it's looking good, but it still needs more cooking. So,
and we got all the kids asking when is it gonna be ready. Everybody's asking when is it gonna be ready. When is the turkey gonna be ready? And when this
yeah,
turkey is ready, it better be the best turkey that I've ever had.
you just need
Exactly.
to be patient.
That's why I'm not worried because I know when Kawhi does get back, I think we're gonna see like a surge. Like he's just gonna destroy everything. That's why I think it's gonna happen.
Wait, you think so? Because he's gonna be on minutes restriction.
Yeah. Yeah, to start the season, he's gonna be on minutes restriction, but when it gets to like close to the playoffs, he gonna destroy like he did in Toronto that year when he did all that low management, and he came in the playoffs to have probably the best playoff performance of all time, or one of the best playoff performances ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
well, if you think Kawhi, you have to believe in Kawhi. You need to have faith in him. So,
I do. I still got faith in Kawhi, man. I do. I think he's the best player in the league when healthy. I think that he's a top 25 player of all time right now. But I'm just ready for him to be out there, man, so we can start seeing everybody can see what we see.
yeah, I mean, I was listening to Shaq podcast. Kenny Smith was saying that the Clippers, it's like the besides the Warriors, are the team to beat next year. And I listen to different people podcasts, and everybody's like, the only reason they pick the Warriors is because they are defending champ. So it's the same thing people are saying this year than when the Clippers lost in the bubble, where the Clippers were the favorites. So and the Clippers players are ready. Like Norman Powell said, he's ready because he felt like the Clippers fans didn't see the real Powell. All the other Clippers players have been in the gym. Kawhi has been in the gym. You know, maybe Ty Lue is doing playoff talking. He's not giving the opponent anything. So
Right. Well, we shall see what goes down, what happens, man. We gonna leave it here. Um, we got one more subject tomorrow with Rick, so make sure y'all tap in tomorrow. It's gonna be a good show tomorrow.
all right.
Absolutely.
All right, man. We'll be in touch.
All right,
right.
bro. Peace.
Later.
All right, peace. All right, y'all. That concludes today's show, the Pool Basketball Podcast. We want to thank my man Bubba and Bruce always coming in. You know what I'm saying, and also Little Rock came in here. Spoke some gems to us, man. About the Clippers information. So y'all continue to stay plugged in, man. Continue to support and continuously stay locked in. Again, if y'all would like to show y'all love by donating to the podcast, it's right there on the ticker. Go to the Cash App, $BJ Matthews, $BJ Matthews. I'm also going to put the link into the comment description after we finish this video. But until next time, we respectfully say, pull up a seat, pull up a chair, pull live. Peace. Out there like swim well.